Hello, welcome back to the channel. We've got some NFL predictions now. Obviously, I did the predictions the other day against the Lions, or not against Lions, for the Lions. We went 3-0 plus 3.1 units. Great start. Obviously, a little biased, but we had the under, we had the Lions, and we had Dave Montgomery anytime touchdown. So I'm going to separate this into two records probably going forward, but I'll have an overall one as well. I'll have the totals, like the win, the points and the over-under. And then I'll have the anytime touchdowns, which I think is way more fun to watch because sometimes you just, shit hits the fan and it's like, look, I got some money on this guys here, so it's easy for them to watch them score. They can score in the first play and score in overtime, and it's just as fun either way. So we'll start with the Panthers and Falcons, 1 o'clock on Fox, Atlanta. It's 3.5-point favorite, over under 40. There's a big stat here, and it's to fade rookie quarterbacks starting their first game. I like the Falcons minus 3.5, so I'm going to take the Falcons there. I think that Bryce Young is a little bit over his head right now with the first game coming in. It's tough. This Falcons run game, they're going to control the clock. The ball will not be in his hands. The limited times it is, they'll probably do bad on those opening series. But, no DJ Chark as well. They're down a good receiver already. So I think they got Thielen. I think receiver 2 is like Mingo or Laviska Shenault. So we'll see how that goes. Up next, we got the Bengals and the Browns. I actually got nothing in this game. I have no picks. I think it's going to be a good game to watch. In Cleveland, Cincinnati is a 2-point favorite, over under 48.5. It's very interesting to see how this game is going to turn out because we have the Bengals are much better than the Browns, but the Browns have Joe Burrow's number. It's just crazy how that works. So we'll see how that one ends up there. Jaguars, Colts at 1 o'clock as well on Fox. Jaguars are a 4.5-point favorite, over under 46. Another crazy stat here. The Colts haven't won an opening day game in, it's in like 5-6 years, something crazy like that. The man coming back from a year suspension, Calvin Ridley, anytime touchdown, plus 135. I'll make sure I get the odds in there too. I don't know where I have the odds, but I just have the list of picks. So let me pull up the odds as well. Yes, plus 135. Next game up here, Buccaneers, Vikings. Again, nothing to play here. I always say if you can get it outside of a touchdown, you want to take that team almost always. But week one, I'm trying to have a shorter card just till I figure out, who's doing what. I don't think the Bucs are going to be nearly as bad as people think they are this year. I think for their sake, they should be bad, and they should tank for Caleb or Drake May or one of those quarterbacks and really turn that team around quick. But Baker Mayfield might have his best weapons ever, which is crazy to say. He's got Mike Evans. He's got Leonard Fournette. Rashad White is not terrible. They've got a few other guys like that, Kate Otten, a few other dudes. But ever since Ali Marpet left the Buccaneers, they went to hell. Not that Tom Brady guy. It's Hobart legend, Ali Marpet. 1 o'clock as well on CBS this time. We've got the Titans and the Saints. The Saints are a 3-point favorite, over under 41.5. I like the Titans here. I got the Titans plus 3. Also in this game, I have Juwan Johnson, the tight end, getting in the end zone, plus 300. So 1 unit to win 3, which is great, or return 4, win 3. And we move on to probably the best game of the time slot here, 49ers Steelers. Once again, I think the Niners are going to roll and kill them, but the spread's only 2, which scares me because San Fran's a 2-point favorite on the road, over under 41.5. Great game to watch. I think it's going to be a good defensive struggle, kind of like the under, but I'm not going to give out a pick officially on that game. We move to the Cardinals and Commanders. Commanders, again, I think they're another team that's going to be pretty good this season. I like Eric Bieniemy. We'll see how that all starts out with him. The Cardinals themselves are a pretty bad team starting Josh Dobbs. I think they're pretty obviously tanking for Caleb. They've got 2 picks, obviously them and the Texans, so we'll see if either one of those works out well for them. Moving into the final game at the 1 o'clock slot, we have the Texans and the Ravens. The Texans also, their pick is owned by the Cardinals, as we were saying. C.J. Stroud first start. You fade those guys. In theory, no pick for me, though. Plus 10. Baltimore is a 10-point favorite, over under 43.5. That's a ton of points in the NFL. And the fact that it's that high is crazy. That's what makes me worried. So we're not going to do anything there. Now, looking forward here. At the 4 o'clock slot, I've got a few picks in this one. We'll start with the game I don't have any picks on. Raiders, Broncos. Broncos are a 3.5-point favorite at home. I'm a big fan of the Broncos this season. I remember I talked about it when I was picking the over-under in the games. Big fan of the Broncos this year. I actually skipped 2 picks. I'll go back real quick. Texans and Ravens, anytime touchdowns. J.K. Dobbins, I have even money on him. He is 1 to return 1 to win, 1 to return 2, profit 1. on J.K. Dobbins anytime touchdown, and OBJ plus 250. I like to get in the end zone as well. Now looking at those games here, back to the game we're talking about there. Raiders, obviously a really interesting situation with them. They could be good, they could be bad. I think they're one of the more questionable teams out there. Broncos are kind of the same way, but I think that they're going to be good. I lean towards good with the Broncos and bad with the Raiders. That's just based on my thoughts on the teams. I don't think Sean Payton's going to let that team be bad. I don't know if he has a choice, but I don't think he'll let him. Packers-Bears, the battle of the NFC North teams. One's going way up, one's going way down. In theory, give me the team going way up. I got the Bears minus 1.5 at home. Packers are down a lot of weapons, so we'll see how it's going. And, no anytime touchdown in that game. Eagles-Patriots, the defending runners-up, traveling into the Patriots. Patriots are a 4-point underdog at home, which probably is the first time they've been an underdog at home on opening weekend in God knows how long. Over under 44.5. I do lean Patriots against the spread. As crazy as it is, I think they're going to lose, but just that number is disgusting. What I have in this play is I have Jalen Hurts. I believe he's plus 125. Yep, plus 125 in this game to get in the end zone. I think that's my favorite play on that one. Dolphins, Chargers in SoFi. It was a great time they played last time. It was a really good game, a lot of points, but not enough to get the over, which I remember I had a big play on last year. Dolphins are a 3-point underdog against the Chargers here, over under 51. I do like the Dolphins, but I'm not going to be going crazy on them. I'm just going to take them 1 unit plus 3. I think they can win, but I'm going to take them plus 3. It's just I think it's a safer way to go, and I like as well Jalen Waddle to get in the end zone plus 165. So I'd win you 1.65 units. Looking back now at the final 4 o'clock game, or 4:25 that is, we've got Fox, Rams, Seahawks. Now this game is kind of stinky. I think the Rams are going to be okay. No Cooper Kupp though. It's tough to bet against McVay and his schemes, but we're going to have to do it here. But we're going to take 2 guys to score on Seattle instead. It's over under 46 is a bit higher for NFL. We've got the 2 receivers, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, plus 125 for DK Metcalf. Sorry, plus 120 for DK Metcalf. It just went down. And Tyler Lockett plus 165 to get in the end zone. So we've got 2 guys plus money that, they throw the ball a lot close there. I know I think it's Kenneth Walker's a little bit banged up. Zach Charbonnet's a little bit banged up as well. So the running backs are kind of weak. Let's work on those receivers. And I know Geno likes to throw it a lot. So we'll ride with those 2 receivers there. I mean, maybe sprinkle a little on JSN as well, but he's a little banged up as well. Final game of Sunday, we've got Sunday Night Football on NBC. I don't know, the new, I think is it the same play song? Probably is, but I don't know. There's a lot going on with college football on NBC, so I don't know if they changed the theme song or not, but probably Carrie Underwood going crazy. Dallas is a 3.5-point favorite on the road against the Giants, over under 45.5. I like the Cowboys here to cover the 3.5. It's a little bit stinky taking a divisional home underdog against the spread, taking the opposite side when the odds are very much in their favor. And then I also like Ceedee Lamb to score in that one. That is a 2-unit play to win 2.7 units. That is minus 135 or plus 135. Big fan of Ceedee Lamb this year. I think he could have the best receiving year out of anyone in the NFL. I think the Cowboys take a huge step forward this year, and Giants take a little step back as they were a little bit over their heads last year. As the good year last year might make it seem like Dable was, underachieving this year, I think that's a little bit of regression to the mean for the Giants this year. And final 3 picks here are all in the Jets-Bills game, Monday Night Football. Unbelievable game. I am so excited to see this. Bills, Jets. We've got the Bills traveling to the Jets, of course. 2.5-point favorites for the Bills. Over under 45.5. I like the Jets plus 2.5 at home. I think they can win the game outright. I'm high on the Jets. I'm low on the Bills. As for touchdown scores, I'll give you 1 for each side, so we have some major action in all of these. Lazard to get on the board, plus 230 for the Jets. Obviously, what's his name? The quarterback, of course. Aaron Rodgers brought in Lazard to be his guy. I think that's a good thing there. And I think that we're going to ride with Lazard, and he should get in the end zone, and Aaron's going to show why he came to the game. Or came to the team. And then for the Bills, they've invested a little bit more. They got rid of Devin Singletary, the running back. They've now got James Cook back there as the number 1 back. plus 170. I know it's tough to take Bills running backs because Josh Allen will just do it himself, but I like there's a lot of value here, I think, with James Cook playing against his brother, Dalvin, on the opposite sideline. So that's all I have for now. Dalvin Cook is 1-0 against his brother with that crazy comeback last year with the Vikings, so something to think about there. So that's all I have for now. There's one team that's 1-0. It is the Detroit Lions. We're the best team in the country, maybe in the world. I think you can technically say world championship now. I know that track guy might come for me, but it is what it is. Lions Super Bowl, book it. See you there. Ride these picks or fade them. We're 3-0 plus 3.1 units right now. Love you guys. See you later. Peace.